Amy Medford with Medford Knife and Tool, and Fradon Lock is on the table today. We've done lots of videos for Fradon Lock. This is probably going to be one of the coolest ever. Very, very cool, wide variety of laser engraving that we have to show you today. They're in Syracuse, New York. Ed Coaster is my contact at Fradon Lock. And let's not waste any time. Let's see what we have here. Okay. I had a little bit of freedom to take some of his ideas and kind of run with them. This, I think, was originally supposed to be dragon scale. I don't know. It's a dragon scale, fish scale. It is beautiful, turquoise green, anodized handles. It's kind of got that hologram iridescence to it. If the scales were going to be on a knife, this is the one to do it. Nice combination. Thank you, Jason, for the sound effects.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. Barbed wire. This is like straight up World War I, barbed wire. 3V PVD drop point. I was originally going to put a PVD breaker, but I thought the MP3 blended really nicely with the laser engraving and the standard clip. We have a honeycomb here. I don't know if you would call this a hex pattern or a honeycomb, but I think that's a nice kind of classic style of laser engraving here with the PVD breaker and blade. It breaks it up really nicely, and the clip, really, it's a really nice combination. So hex there. I'm going to bring two of these knives. Let's see. Oh, we have 3 filigree, and I'd like to kind of bring them together in a snapshot all at one time. So this is a Scrollwork or heavy filigree. It was a pattern that Ed and I had agreed upon, and we decided to run it on a few different model knives because it just came out so beautifully. So the full-size Praetorian T with a PVD breaker, flamed clip, and blue spring. Praetorian Genesis T with S35 tumble tanto, NP3 breaker. Oh, and yeah, check that out. Filigree on the clip. Really cool little extra something there. And on the slim Midi Marauder, the dark swirls on here look awesome with that PVD blade. Actually, it's a tumbled PVD blade. Bronze anodized clip to match the spring. So 3 filigree or Scrollwork knives. We have a mid and a full-size steampunk. Really cool skeleton steampunk, kind of offset on the T, centered up a little bit more on the Genesis because it fits a little more tightly on there. Just a really cool graphic. Both of these are 3V, drop point PVD, and PVD breaker, standard clip, PVD clip. Ooh, I might have to change that out to PVD. That's cool. Okay, micro Praetorians down here. This one has, you might not catch it on the camera, but it has one of the coolest, I think, very, very dark, dirty, brooding, 3V Vulcan drop points blades, a PVD handle spring, a brushed and flamed clip, flamed hardware, and PVD breaker. That right there is absolutely bitchin'. And then we did a little Spartan themed micro with bronze handle and spring. It has an S35 Vulcan tanto. And I mean, just to see how completely different Vulcan blade can come out. Dark, really deep dark grays and dark, kind of a maroon. And then very, very light taupe, amber, bronze colors with flamed hardware and clip. We have our 3 slim Midi Marauders here. I already showed you the filigree one. This one again is a fish scale. It's the same pattern that was on the full-size Praetorian T with that iridescent green. This has multiple color scales on it. Gives it a little bit more texture and depth. And then the last one here was based on a theme that Ed wanted to go with, Sempronius Densus, I believe. And it's the last man standing era. I don't know the theme. I'm sure somebody out there is going to school me on it for sure. We took a clip of the laser engraving and laid it on the clip. A clip of it and laid it on the clip. Clippity clip. Awesome. So Sempronius Densus, if you can tell me a little bit about that. But I think the theme was last man standing, the last warrior standing in the battle. He has 2 smooth criminal coming in this OD green with the tumble blade and the new markings on the blade. And last but certainly not least, it only took us an hour to clean the knife, but it looks gorgeous now. D2 Tumble Tanto blade. Praetorian G is going to be one of the few knives that you'll see still with D2 blade steel. High-vis orange handle, hard to keep clean, but a very cool looking knife when clean. Tumbled handle, spring, NP3 breaker. Tumble spring and clip, I meant. And an NP3 breaker. And that is it for Fradon Lock. Really cool laser engraving ideas. Oh my gosh. Let's go back down. I went right by this little guy right here. Sorry about that. You know, I was so focused and excited on all the laser engraving that I forgot we have a Genesis T here with a 3V tumbled PVD drop point blade. We did flaming on the handle combined with a faded hammer texturing. Same thing on the spring, but you can see it's a solid blue anno on the spring. So the coloring on the handle and spring slightly different. It's a hammered fade. And that concludes this episode of Amy Medford with Medford Knife and Tool. Until the next time, I'm out.